So we're in Clovis, California. We just finished installing a Bradford White 50-gallon propane water heater. Model number, serial number right here. Documentation here. You can go ahead and fill out this and send it out to Bradford White to get your warranty started. Or you can go to bradfordwhite.com, give them the model and serial number, of course your name, street address, phone number, all that good stuff. They'll get your warranty going on the product. So to start at the bottom here, as per contract, we went ahead and replaced the flexible supply line that goes over to the controller. We test every one of these out with a little sniffer, similar to what PG&E would use, but it indicates whether or not, you got any gas leaks here. We got a green beeping flashing light for everything, so it's connected correctly and good. Burner's lit right now. It's set to hot, which is approximately 120. A130, B140, C150, very hot 160. At B140 at 30-degree burns, in 3 seconds you're going to the hospital. So if you have children in the home, and they do, they've got two very young girls in the home, 120 is fine. You could even lower it to 115 if you like. If there's hot water issues in the home, it's probably going to be specific to a fixture, not the water heater. Good way to test temperatures, to come out here, put a little hose on right there, fill a couple gallons, 3 gallons into a bucket, and that's providing that the burner is off and the water is at temperature in the tank. Fill it up, put a digital thermometer in there. It'll give you correct readout of temperature. You can certainly put your hand in there, but be careful. If it's too hot, then of course you're going to get scalded if you just dump it in there. But digital thermometer, 115 to 120, perfect for any home. If you got issues in the home, it's going to be single handle faucets, tub cartridges, things like that, where you got a cross connection and the water back feeds and begins to mix on its own. So what I see a lot of time is people come out when they don't have enough hot water. They'll turn it to A, B, C. I've seen them very hot, 160 degrees, very dangerous. You can see right here, scalding risk increases with hotter water. Bottom third, we got the adjustable strap. That's per code and per contract. Upper strap per code and per contract. And then of course up here we went ahead and put on a ball valve that's not contract, and no charge for that. The old valves, they begin to leak and whatnot, and we get some iron pipe stub outs. The only thing we don't like about this installation, they have PEX pipe overhead, and good PEX, by the way, Wurzbo, the Uponner piping, and then they decided to go iron pipe in the wall, iron pipe 90, iron pipe stub out. So future, if you decide, hey, I want to get rid of that, it's not a big project, but certainly, you can do that, or you can call us and we can take care of it for you. So these are ProFlow quarter turn, 3/4 inch full port ball valves. They're straight out of Ferguson. That's their store brand. So quarter turn off, quarter turn on. And these guys typically never leak. They never drip. There's never any problems with these, so we use the ball valves. And then, of course, to brass construction. Even though you got iron pipe right here, we still go to brass because this will not corrode. And then stainless steel, these are Falcon stainless steel connectors. It's 3/4 by 18. Inside diameter, 0.725, which is as close to 0.75 as you're going to get, 0.75 being 3/4 of an inch. So these are almost a full 3/4 inch inside diameter. What's nice about that is most water heater supplies, they're going to be very small inside diameter. They might have a 3/4 outside, but maybe a 5/8 inside. So we like these because they're large, full volume flow. They're ultra flexible, and so you can take these guys out, straighten them out, and use them again and again. Down at the tank, again, brass coupling to a brass nipple. Same thing on the hot side, brass coupling, brass nipple up to a stainless steel connector. And again, ball valve on the left side. Hot is not required. We felt that when we were draining the tank down, we were getting some backflow through the hot side. So we thought we might have had a cross connection going on. So what we decided to do is go ahead and just put a valve on there, just for our purposes, no big deal, and no extra charge. We just like to make sure that while we're working on it, we don't get water spitting out of the hot side. So that is done up there. Relief valve is in. That comes with the water heater, and we already explained that to the homeowner what to do with these. Activate it once a year. That's for temperature and pressure relief. Dielectric union over to copper, drops down. We put a little block of wood in there so it keeps the copper off of the sheetrock, allows you to get a bucket in place, so when you do activate this, you can catch it in a bucket. And then a couple adjustable vent 90s here, single wall up to a brand new piece of pipe, to a 4x3 reducer, because this was a 75 gallon was in place. Homeowners didn't feel they needed 75 gallons, so we got a 50 gallon in place, requires a 3-inch vent. So that's tied in nicely and good to go. On this side, a lot of extra work. We were just going to come out and reconnect here. Turns out they had some iron pipe in the wall and everything was scaled over, and it was kind of a mess over here. So the homeowner opened part of the wall up, we opened some of it up, came in, got back into the plastic piping, put a coupling in, brought it down to a drop ear 90, and then, because we don't have a lot of half-inch brass fittings in stock, we had to use copper, which is fine. So you solder and a fitting on, and then put an isolation valve on. So what's nice about this right now is if this pump goes bad, you can go ahead and shut the water off right here at this ball valve, shut the water off at this ball valve, and then you've got 2 unions right here. You break it apart and you replace the pump. No big deal. So that's great. So everything comes through copper. New brass ball valves. Sorry they don't match. We only had 1/2 inch valve from Ferguson. This one we just had sitting in our bucket. We use it to drain if we need to drain down a water heater in an emergency. So we've got that copper over to brass. So that's a 3/4 by half brass bushing. These unions are 3/4 iron pipe by 1¼ union. Same thing on this side. So brass union, copper adapter, over to another 1/2 inch shutoff valve. So it's all tied back together, full brass all the way to the tank, including the drain valve. So this is going to flow a lot better. What they had before, it was pretty bad. A lot of orange in the water, so I believe that most of that should be eliminated. So everything's looking good right now. I would leave this open, monitor it for a bit in the wall before you close it up. Certainly keep rodents out of this area because they love PEX pipe. But this is on, should be a couple hours before you have hot water. Like I say, monitor it for any kind of weeping or leaking. Give me a holler. We'll come out and take over right away if you have any trouble. Outside of that, this installation is done.